Hussain.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Welcome all of you in this episode, the fourth episode of the story of Karbala. We left Imam Hussain when he was preparing to leave Mecca. Now he started the move and he took the family. He took not only the youth, not only the men who can fight, but also the ladies. He took his wives, his children, the little children. He took his sisters and plus the rest of the family. They all have been taken. Now people start wondering why he's taking all of these people, why he's taking the family. And as we say, he was preparing them to be his voice in the Islamic world after his death, to explain what happened and to uncover the badness, the evil, the things happened to him and his family in Karbala. And when he moved, there were all the family, including almost 50 child, and 5,000 people followed Imam Hussain, thinking and insisting that they will be his follower. And they thought they might get a position in the country that will be controlled by Imam Hussain. And Imam Hussain, even though he explained all of this, they followed him up. Imam Hussain started moving out of Mecca in the 8th day of the Dhul Hijjah, when everybody was about to complete their pilgrim. He moved out of Mecca, and this raised big question mark. This was distributed all over the place. Now Imam Hussain, when he moved, he started moving in a special way, directing toward Kufa. In the way, there is events happened, also giving lessons for us. One of the events, he met with Al-Farazdaq, the famous poet. Ask him about Al-Kufa. He says, the people heart with you, but their swords against you, which is exactly describing the situation. Okay? Now, on the way also, the news for killing of Muslim, his messenger came through. Imam Hussain continued his way. In the way, he met also Zuhair ibn al-Qayn. Zuhair ibn al-Qayn was a man, was not going along with Imam Ali and his family. Was against Imam Ali, against Imam Hassan, against Imam Hussain. When he met with him, they met in a place where they could not get away from each other. So Imam Hussain sent a messenger to Zuhair ibn al-Qayn, asking him to come to him. Zuhair ibn al-Qayn did not give any response. So his wife told him, how come you do not respond to Imam Hussain? So he went there. When he came back, the people around him says that your face has changed. What happened? He said, he reminded me what happened years ago when we were fighting with Salman in Azerbaijan. We got a victory in one of the battles. We were very happy. And he told us, be more happy when you go to help the master of the youth of heaven, Imam Hussain. Now he reminded me, and he moved with Imam Hussain and he sent his wife to her family. Now all of this happened in the way. Now we have to go a little bit, one step back during the way, while they are going after all of these news, Imam Hussain had a small nap on his horse. He wake up and he was saying, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Means there is no power, no strength except from Allah. And beside him was his eldest son, Ali al-Akbar, the eldest. Told him, Dad, father, what's happening? Why you are saying this? He says, when I had a small nap, I heard the voice saying that the people are going, and the death going with them. So I understand that this is ourselves, that we will be dead. He says, Father, aren't we on the right position? Aren't we on right track for Islam? He says, yes. And he swear by name of Allah. He says, then we don't care whether we fall on the death or death fall on us. And Imam Hussain was so happy about his son. This is the spirit of the youth who believe in Islam, who believe in their message, even though he is very young, 27 years of age, and he doesn't care about death for his religion, for his message, not because of his father. And we will find it out later. During this time, Imam Hussain approaches Kufa. What Ubaidullah did was very bad things. After the killing of Muslim, which we will see in the next episode in detail, some of the things happened to Muslim and how he was killed, what he was acting, and how he behaved, and how's the behavior of his enemy. Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad get guards guarding all the ways from Kufa to Mecca. I mean, from Kufa toward Mecca, and from Kufa toward Syria, and all around the Kufa, preventing anybody to get out or in without holding him. Why is that? Because these 18,000 people, many of them were loyal to Imam Hussain, so he wanted to prevent them so they will not support Imam Hussain. And this is what happened. Many of the people who later on tried to revenge for Imam Hussain, they were either prisoners or they were not able to get out of Kufa because they were afraid they will be killed. Imam Hussain, when he first hit near this area where these guards around, or just before that, a small army in comparison to Al-Kufa armies, but really very big, 1,000 soldiers sent to meet Imam Hussain. All what with Imam Hussain was 5,000, as we mentioned in the beginning when he left Mecca. By the time he arrived toward Kufa, he only had almost 70 people with him, with his family. So Imam Hussain with his family, all the kids, all the women, and only 72 men were with him. See how the situation changed so much. And these people are against 1,000 people. These 1,000, when they came, met with Imam Hussain, they came very thirsty. We will stop in this situation. You will see the difference how Imam Hussain treated his enemies and how his enemy treated him. When they came all thirsty, Imam Hussain was having some waters, but even though he has like water enough for his family and the people with him, these are 1,000, like their number by 4 or 5 times, at least, if not about almost 10 times. When they all came thirsty and there is no water around with them, he asked the people with him to give water to all of these people. Not only this, also to give the horses at least some water for each horse. 1,000 soldier, 1,000 horse, all given water, to the extent one of them was so thirsty he could not hold the bag to drink water. Imam Hussain told him, "Akhnith al-siqa," the way they say it in Hijaz. That means a little bit, bend the mouth of the bag so you can drink. He could not understand. He told him, in the way the Iraqi says, "Iksar," means also bend it. Could not understand. He came by himself, peace be upon him, hold the bag and give the water to that man. What was the reward of Imam Hussain from that man? Can you imagine? He brought the water for Imam Hussain in the battle of Karbala. He gave him. He was so mercy to him, Imam Hussain. Can you imagine? Guess what? He was the one who hit Imam Hussain with his sword and his other tools, trying to kill him and trying to prevent him from drinking even any water, and did not even having any mercy for him. This is the difference between Imam Hussain. See how he treated his enemies, and the enemy who treated Imam Hussain the worst thing. Imam Zain al-Abidin, when he passed by the slaughters, he asked them, "Do you give animals water before you slaughter them?" They says yes. He says, "But the grandson of the Prophet was not given even a drop of water before he was killed." This is how these people treat Imam Hussain. Not only this army start fighting with Imam Hussain to prevent him not to go to Kufa. Not only this, they also prevent him not to go anywhere else that will be supporting him or having people. They have been ordered to take him and let him stay in a place where there is no water, no food, no people to support him. They took him to Karbala. Karbala, there was some palm trees, but on the river side. He been stopped before that. He was fighting. The Hur, the leader of the army, was trying to prevent him. He was saying no. And Imam Hussain was refusing. The things happened and ended where they stayed and camped on that area in Karbala. Karbala at that time was a desert. Only few palm trees. Beside it, there was some villages, a little bit here and there around the area. But the place where they stayed and where they have been forced to stay did not have any water. The river was just about a few hundred meters away. Yet they are prevented to stay on the riverside. In the area where they camped, it was so dry and it was in the middle of a summer. That's why many people thought, well, if Imam Hussain this, why they did not try to dig a well? They tried, but there is not even a drop of water. The river just a few hundred meters away from them, pigs, animals could go and drink, yet the grandson of the Prophet, his family, the kids, the women who they cannot fight, the old people with him, they are prevented from having a drop of water. Not only this, even food, but water was more vital because they could not even tolerate. If the men could tolerate, what is the guiltiness of the kids? So they were prevented from having water. At that time, moment of time, Imam Hussain was started to be besieged by this army. Then Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad was deciding to send Umar ibn Sa'ad and 4,000 soldiers to Azerbaijan to fight the border of the country against the enemies. When this happened, he told him and ordered him, go to Kufa. And this is, in this part, At-Tabari, the first historian of the Muslim, the most famous one, he says the army who fought and fought against Imam Hussain was only 4,000, and they killed them all. This is really big, put a good question mark. We have from the family of the Prophet, they says they were 30,000, which is more logic. Because At-Tabari in his history, saying that one of the people fighting against Hajjaj was in 40 men defeated 2,000 soldiers. How come a man, a regular man, in 40 men defeated 2,000 army? Yet the grandson of Imam of the Prophet, with his family, who were very well known, brave people, very powerful people, very good fighters, will be defeated from 4,000 and be killed all? They could not that have strength to fight, yet they have these people around with them. One of the people who been asked, why you killed the family of the Prophet? He says, are you crazy? We had people so brave that they're having their hands and the swords in their hands, and they were killing us. If we did not kill them, they would kill all the army, which is 30,000. This is the true thing, not the 4,000, which is At-Tabari says. And this is how the story started. In this story, there is so many lessons. So many things happened. A Christian converted to Islam and came with Imam Hussain, Abdullah ibn Wahab al-Kalbi. Other people who were enemies for his father and his brother and himself, Zuhair ibn al-Qayn, came with him. The others who have been loyal for him and were Sahaba, they saw the Prophet and listened to him and to listen to his hadith. They were with him. So all these people came with him. The one who are called ulama, the real scientists of Islam, they all came with him. Not only this, there were almost 30 people from the army of Ibn Sa'd left the army and be with Imam Hussain. So the total number with the people fight with him, more than 100. But there was not a single one left the army of Imam Hussain to the other side. Not a single one. Yet there were 30 moved from the other army to his army, including the leader of the first army met with him and was fighting against him, Al-Hurr ibn Yazid al-Riyahi. This is how Imam Hussain did his effect. And there were more lessons to be learned from this part, from this subject, from this battle, and what happened in the battlefield, what happened in that story, how things happened and why it happened. It will discover that the fight is not only to be just for the ruling party. It was more than that. Something goes back into history, the feeling, the fighting between Islam and the other non-Muslims who claim that they're Muslims, yet they kill Islam by the name of Islam. And this is what we will see in the next coming episodes from this program, The Story of Karbala. See you then in next episodes.